Shadow Coast here, and welcome back to Star Citizen. In this episode, we are going to explain how to mine. Now, we are going to make a few assumptions here. To begin with, we're assuming that you have a prospector or some mining ship. We are going to do mining in a ship, not with the ROC or rock. That's just because I think this is actually a little more efficient. The rock has a lot of advantages. I don't know about you, but I have found that servers have not been as stable as I would like. They were okay to begin with, but they've gotten progressively worse. At least that's what it seems like to me. And you'll see here I need to retrieve my MISC prospector. Now, here's a really important thing to note. With the prospector, we want to make sure that we have the Helix 1 mining attachment. Now, if you don't own a prospector, because they are 2 million, which is pretty pricey, you can actually rent one from Lorville and I think a few other spots. And if you rent it, you can actually still attach the Helix 1 mining laser. And I will post a video on the top right corner. Click that little eye to see how to equip items on rental ships. Now, the only caveat to that is if you are renting it, just make sure that you unequip the item that you attach. Since the Helix mining laser is about 100,000 UEC, you want to make sure that you don't lose that if you're in a rental. Now, I own this ship. I purchased it with the in-game UEC, so I'm going to take advantage of that. So we are assuming that you do have a rental ship, or excuse me, we are assuming you do have the prospector or another mining ship. So once you have it, obviously you want to get in your ship. She's a beauty. All the ships are beautiful. This game is awesome, in my opinion. A lot of work to be done, a lot of work to come, but on the whole, it definitely is heading and trending in the right direction of that full kind of space simulator experience. So we are going to hopefully get into the seats. We're clicking R to power up. And we're gonna go to view. We're gonna we'll take off. I'm clicking K to realign, N to close my landing gear, and we're gonna head over to Daymar. I personally like Daymar, and I personally like Kudra Ore, so I'm gonna set a route to Kudra Ore.
Thank you. Please visit.
And we are blocking the parking spot, so we're just gonna move a little further out. We will click B to spool up. We're gonna head to Kudra Ore. Now, in the right here, you should see a graphic, and this will be our guide to mining. Basically, we want to prioritize a specific ore because they're going to pay out more. Now, I don't know if this information is the latest AUC per unit. They're always making adjustments, so it might be out of date. Please check the description of this video because I did link an awesome website that outlines how to mine with way more detail than I'll get into. And I believe they cover rock mining and other all things mining in that article. So be sure to check out the description for more information. So we're gonna head to Kudra Ore. I have found that Kudra Ore has treated me fairly well. Now, at the end of the day, we always want to prioritize Quantanium. Quantanium is a pain to mine, and you will see that if we find some. So we've attached our Helix 1, we have our ship, we're heading to Daymar, Kudra Ore. You could do the same. I've heard people have posted that Yella is pretty good too, but I'm going with my try and true method that's worked for me more or less these past couple mining runs. So we'll see if it pans out for this video. It's always kind of a crapshoot. So we're gonna get closer to the surface. So I'm clicking tab, holding down right mouse button to charge up a scan to see if we can find some rocks and just letting it go. And we already found one over here. Now, I actually want to just orient myself. If Kudro Ore is that direction, so we're actually going to head towards Kudro Ore. I have found that the closer we get, we don't want to get too close because griefers could find us, but I found when we get kind of closer to it in general, we have some good rocks. So you can see here, we already found some rocks. This is great. I'm just going to decrease this. I'm going to put on my thrusters to make it a little more easy for me to maneuver, and then I'm going to click M to open my mining tool. So we're going to scan this Agrocinium, 2%. Agrocinium is pretty good, but we're going to see, I think that there were some more rocks over here. So let's just see if we can grab some Quantanium. Now, in general, we would be fine with the Agrocinium, but I'm getting a little greedy, so those are rocks we can mine. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna say we have Agrocinium. Our rule is 2%, so we're gonna follow it and mine this rock out. So I click M, then I click, I'm in fracture mode. Now you switch between extraction mode and fracture mode with the right mouse button. I use mouse and keyboard. Left mouse button, we start the process, and then scroll wheel will impact our laser throttle on the left. Now on the left, we basically want to keep it in the green, which is important. Now the reason that we have the Helix 1 is if you have the stock mining laser, you're not going to be able to crack these rocks. The Helix 1 should be able to crack any rock that we encounter. The question is, do we just have to get close enough? Now one thing you're going to see I'm doing in the top right is putting my shields a little bit into the front to maximize it, because if this rock blows up, we're going to take a lot of frontal damage and some damage to the side. So we're just increasing our shields, which was a comment posted by someone, which was a great call out, to make sure that our front shields, which, you know, if we make a mistake, take the brunt of the impact. Effectively, if we're in the red, in the right, we see that overcharge sensor. Once that hits 100%, the rock explodes, does damage to us, destroys a lot of the valuable ore, and then sends things scattering all over the place, which is never good. So we're approaching the green very slowly. There's a little bit of lag, which is making me nervous, especially when we're, and then once we're in the green, I'm gonna slowly start decreasing the laser. Now this is Agrocinium. If we look on our scale, right, it's, you know, the bottom of the scale. So this is something that, you know, it's really up to you and how particular you want to be. For the purposes of recording, I'm not going to overthink it. We're going to get it, so 6.3% is okay. We're looking for ideally 10% or higher concentration if we can get it, but we might not be able to. It looks like that will be the rock that we need to, it looks like there's another one. Yeah. Oh. Alright, so where is the Agrocinium rock? Right here. So it's still orange or yellow, so we need to break this down further before we can start extracting. For the smaller rocks, their energy level is lower, so be careful. Don't go all the way up to 100. Normally you go between 0 and 50% on these, and that does it. I'm just slowly increasing it to get me into the green zone. Once I'm in the green zone, I'm slowly decreasing my throttle. Again, I'm using the middle mouse scroll wheel to scroll up and down to impact the throttle level. And it looks like we're about to crack this rock. And now we're going to switch to extraction mode by right clicking. Now the purple things are things we can extract. Titanium, no. We're looking for the Agrocinium. No. Hoping it's somewhere. Some of Agrocinium, 66%. So I think we should be hopefully obtaining that. Let's see. know. So we're gonna turn off mining mode. One item that we're just kind of orienting ourselves to is, I'm not sure, OM, where, I think that's it, Kudra ore. So we're gonna head this way and keep looking for rocks. So I'm just issuing a scan, clicking tab, holding down right mouse button. Now with the scroll wheel, you can kind of direct where you're going with the scan. So you see how that kind of comes in. We can have a focus scan or larger scan. I tend to keep it kind of a little bit wider when I'm mining because I want to kind of grab or have a sense of all the different areas. I think these are littler rocks, so you see those little diamond symbols, we can get out of our ship and mine them, which can be profitable, but we are focusing on mining in our ship. So the scans are just giving us directional areas so we know where we want to kind of head to as we meander around. We have a rock over there. I'm not sure, it's a little far away. We're gonna keep heading towards Kudra, which is in this general direction. So these are gonna be littler rocks that we can mine out. So this is just to give us some directionality. That's why we scanned. Oh. I'm gonna pick up the speed here a little bit. We don't want to go too fast. Now, in general, you can kind of tell rocks you can mine from a distance depending on your screen resolution. So there should be a little pile up there if I'm looking at this right. So let's see if this holds true. You can see I can kind of zoom in a little more. Yeah, there we go. We should have a couple rocks. Yeah, a bunch of them that are mineable. Alright, we're gonna decrease our throttle so we just don't zoom into rocks. So let's see if we can find some Quantanium. Oops, and we lagged out, which is not a good sign, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay. Whoa. Alright, so put mining mode back on. Titanium, gold, no. Mining is about patience and precision. We need to be patient to make sure we find the rocks that are worth mining. 2%, so agrocinium, that one's a candidate over there. But we're just doing some scanning to make sure that we don't have like a Quantanium or Bexolite or something better. A lot of agrocinium lately. I had a run where I was finding Quantanium out the wazoo at Kudra ore, so that's why I was hoping to head over here and find some. And titanium, can we a little further away? Do we scan this one? Gold. Alright, so let's grab this agrocinium. Up. So we're fracturing mode. We're gonna wait until the full scan to tell us. And let's up the laser intensity. We're gonna move closer. Again, you can see my shields are primarily in the front, where if I overheat the rock, that's the majority of damage will be in the front. slowly heating up. Like I said, patience and precision. Slowly but surely we're increasing. Move a little closer. Alright, we're in the green zone, so we're going to start decreasing our throttle. Now, Quantanium is worth a lot more, but it's harder to mine because the green area is super tiny. So you very easily ramp up into areas. So this is 1.69%. That's not that great. Aluminum.
Scan complete.
Aluminum.
Scan initiated.
Up.
Scan initiated. Scan initiated.
Is there a... Okay, well,
Scan initiated.
we'll start on this rock now. I haven't increased the throttle yet because we want it to scan out so we know where it sits. Again, on this one, we don't go too high on the throttle because it doesn't take as much because it's a smaller rock. Keep it around 2%. Oh, a little more. Keep it around 5%.
On. Scan initiated.
Alright, we cracked this rock. Aluminum. Aluminum.
Scan complete. Caution. Front collision. Scan initiated.
Where is... Alright, there's another piece of rock back there. 4%. That's not that good. We're just gonna take it for the purposes of this video. Now, if I wasn't recording,
On.
I would be more particular. So we're gonna head over here
Mining mode off.
and we already scanned that one.
Mining mode
There were 2 more rocks.
Scan initiated.
Agrocinium 17%, so we'll definitely mine that one out. 9%. So I should have probably checked these rocks if I was more patient before. But we're going to take the 17%. We'll mine these 2 rocks, and then we'll see how we are on cargo
Scan complete.
to head back to show you kind of how much we made in the run. So even if we only have 50% cargo, we can just multiply it by 2. Again, this is more for learning, teaching purposes than anything. So you can see that this rock's approaching the green. We're going to ease up on the throttle. Scrolling down a little bit. You can see the fracturing center. Oh, we're over. So we're going to drop. And you can see here, we're going to then start blowing it up. That was not intentional. But you can see here the right and left shields took damage, but the front took the brunt of it. So luckily the front took the brunt. Now when that happens and the rock overcharges, you can see it kind of knocks us back, but it also can destroy valuable ore and send shards all over the place, making it harder to mine. So if we did it right, we would be able to receive more agrocinium. So right now we have 33%, which isn't horrible on this piece. And we're going to decrease the throttle and take a more measured approach. Our shields are back to full. And we're going to drop it down a little bit. We're kind of fluctuating here, trying to keep it in that green zone without going towards the red, going up and down a little bit, a little oscillating. Alright, so let's see. I guess it was good we blew it up. Good learning purposes. You can now understand why I changed my shields the way I did. And we're just looking for the agrocinium. so we have 48%,
Initiated.
but not a lot of it.
Fracture
Alright, let's move on to the next rock.
initiated.
9%.
Scan complete.
Gonna increase our intensity up to 100. We'll go a little closer to Kudro ore to see if we can find some Quantanium. Gonna ease off the throttle a little bit. Some more, want to be careful, I don't want to replicate our mistake. We're getting a little goofy here. Oh. Alright, so we're just scanning each piece. Aluminum,
Scan complete.
come on. Angling can be challenging sometimes. It's kind of a weird angle, but I think we're working on the right rock. So you just have to use your sensors sometimes and trust that it's hitting the right area. So we're gently, alright, we're in the green, we're gonna ease off a little bit. Alright, we should be good.
Initiated. Extraction mode on. Scan initiated.
Aluminum. Agrosinium,
Scan complete.
a good one. Let's see if there's any more agrosinium. And I say cinium, it's agrosium, but I think agrosinium sounds better, so I know I'm saying it wrong. It's just a habit I got into, which is not a good one. And this is a decent haul, so we're banking a lot of agrosium.
Scan initiated.
Nice. So this was a good rock. Good rock. So it's kind of luck of the draw. All right, we're gonna head this way and see if we can find one more
Landing gear down.
landing gear down. I didn't click that. Might have accidentally.
Landing gear up.
And again, once you mine a lot, you kind of get used to, you know, what you're looking for. In general, around Kudro ore, not necessarily on top of it, but in its general vicinity, there's like I have found a fair number of mineable rocks. I went on a run, or 3 different runs, where there was just like a pile of Quantanium right around the area. So that's what I'm kind of searching for, to see if we can replicate that. It looks like in this run we cannot. It is sometimes luck of the draw. Let's see, I think these are just smaller rocks. I'm not seeing any that look that mineable. Yeah, those are going to be smaller rocks where we have to get out. Rock mining is viable. I just don't have it, so I don't know exactly how viable it is. It seems like a lot of effort because you have to load it up, and I don't know about you, but the servers aren't necessarily super stable. So hopefully I'm not jinxing myself. We are going to call this. So what do we have? We have 50% cargo capacity, a little less. So we stayed particular. We're gonna head up, increase our throttle, and we're going to balance our shields out and out of atmosphere. Oh, wait. What's this? If this is Quantanium, we will stay and do it. What are you?
Initiated.
Quartzite deposit? Yeah. Not worth it. We're getting out of here. We're heading home. We're gonna see how much we made in a 50% haul. Agricium, or as I like to call it, Agricinium. Let's go to Port O. If you will let me select it. Clear route center. The map sometimes drives me absolutely bonkers. I don't know about you guys. There we go. Alright, so we need to hit an orbital marker. Oh. And we're gonna head back and see what the haul is. Now, normally you want to have a full cargo, so I would just keep searching around, looking based on our list to determine which rocks to focus on. And then once I'm at 100%, I'd head back. Now, depending on what you're mining and how long it's in your hold, it can become unstable. So you see there's this little thing, which I'll highlight in a second, to the right that allows us to flush our cargo so we don't blow up our ship. What the heck? Oh boy. I had a bad feeling about this. We might have just 30k'd. Of course, nothing can go as planned. Well, this thing over to the right, we can click on it to drop our cargo in the event we're about to blow up. Let me see. Alright, maybe we just need to reset this, clear out. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we're okay. There we go. Not sure what happened. Thought we had the course set. So yeah, this button allows us to eject what we're holding. So one of the things you want to balance is making sure you don't keep it in your cargo hold too long. So Quantanium is fairly volatile. So if you're at 50 to 60% Quantanium and you're not finding other rocks to mine, you might be better off just heading back, dropping off the haul, and going back out so you secure your UEC. So just thought I always say if there's like a bunch of good rocks, I'll stick around to mine it. But if I'm have a decent haul and it's just not working out for me, I will say screw it, not get overly greedy, and head home. So we're gonna go to friends, Port O.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Drop our landing gear
Landing gear down.
by clicking N. And we're coming in nice and easy, not too fast. You want to control the ship and not overshoot. Oh boy. That guy's having some fun. Making me nervous. See if he's gonna pad ram us. Hopefully not. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, he doesn't need to Pam rat us because I just totally... Ah, what the heck? You can see my throttle super low. We're on ours. There we go. I got distracted. I was so focused on the other guy. I nearly blew us up. It's okay, it happens. Alright, let's get out of here. And you know what? My mouse is dying, so I'm switching 1 second. Need to charge it. Alright. Charging my mouse, just plugged it in. I was wondering why it wasn't being very responsive. I do use a wireless mouse that I charge, a silent click. It occasionally needs to be charged, and I've been playing a lot, so now we're playing with it plugged in. Okay, so let's see our haul. We're gonna go into this back panel and sell our Agricium. Still like Agricinium, I think it sounds better. So we have about half, 28,000 UEC. Again, if we had Quantanium, it would be about double that, or triple that actually, I think. So hopefully you found this video helpful. I am actively trying to increase my channel, so please consider subscribing and dropping me a thumbs up, and hope to see you in future videos. Shadow Coast out.